Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am super excited to be here with you all today. I am Kimberly Clemens, the host of Chats and Chuckles, bringing to life the chatter that matter. So I want to welcome each and every one of you here today. Thank you for coming back today on Tuesday. I just want to say this is the day that the Lord has made, and I am rejoicing, y'all. I'm rejoicing because God woke me up this morning. I'm super excited to be here with you today. I have a special guest here, a special sister, someone in my life that I want you to meet. So let's get started because I don't want to prolong the hour. The hour goes by so fast. But today I have with you, tell us your name.
Angelique. Oh, Angelique Mills.
Angelique Mills.
Angelique Mills.
Angelique Mills. Now, what do we call you? Do we call you Angelique?
We call me Angel.
Angels, yes.
Kind of hard to live up to, but
but truly an angel, I will say. So let's talk about how we met. We met years
ago.
ago.
So, did we meet at Macy's when I was an executive at Macy's? No.
Nope, but I knew that you were an executive at Macy's. But we met years ago. I had just received my license. My cosmetology license.
You were the distributor for Hair Zeal.
That's right. That's right. So we're gonna go slow. Yep, we're gonna go slow because I think that was a really significant time in my life. I had gone to school. It was at a tender age of around 40 years old.
Oh, tender.
Going to cosmetology school. And one of the things that I learned in cosmetology school is that when you come out of school, you wanted to be, with a salon and have product. And you wanted to invest in product because that was going to be a large portion of your income.
Absolutely.
And I always felt like if I had a product, it just couldn't be, any product. And I was looking for, a particular product that I could promote, that I could stand by, that I believed in. And there were a lot of great products out there. And I know that during that time, of school, there were products that we used, products that I did believe in. But after I graduated school, I didn't do the traditional thing, which is go, work in a salon. I opened up my own salon. So that gave me a lot of, freedom in making, some of those decisions. So I met you because of that product.
Absolutely. I recall the product. I don't remember how we met, but I know it was Hair Zeal natural hair care that would grow hair anywhere.
Hair Zeal.
Hair Zeal. That's how I remember. What I remember about you, Kimberly, was you were so motivating, so inspiring. And at a tender age, I think we were in the same age group, I had decided to come out of corporate America and start my own business. And I, at 40, had a baby and lost hair and had bald spots, hormones, too old to be having babies, as they say. And so a cousin of mine said, hey, try Aunt B's formula. And Aunt B's formula was still a very old-fashioned formula, something that was made on our great-grandparents' kitchen sink on their stoves. And when I tried it, it grew my hair back.
So Aunt B is that everybody's aunt, or is
that? I like to think of her because she thought of herself as everybody's aunt. She actually went by the name Aunt B. She is a distant relative of mine.
Okay.
And however, back in the day, back in the 40s, she was the woman who grew hair. So people would travel, newscasters, as a matter of fact, would travel, and stars will come, like back in Motown days. And she was the person that would grow their hair.
Aunt B.
Aunt B.
And so Aunt B was local to Detroit.
Aunt B was local to Detroit. She did eventually move to Texas.
Okay.
But she originated here in Detroit, yes.
Wow, great history.
Yes, so that's how the Hair Zeal. However, Hair Zeal is my brand. That is the brand that once I decided everybody needs to know about this product. Everyone needs to know that they can grow their edges back. Here I am in my mid-50s, and have edges, mainly because of Hair Zeal Natural Hair Care,
Come
which
on,
you
edges.
come on,
Edges is
edges.
important, right?
But Kimberly, you took that product to another level.
I would tell you, I think my clients took it to
They did.
another level because I could not keep it on the shelf.
Yeah.
And
You used to get mad at me.
I absolutely.
I
couldn't-
need product.
I needed product, but I also used the product for myself, and then I used it on my daughter.
Yes.
My daughter's hair was already naturally, good. It was
Yes.
naturally
Yes.
nice and
Yes, I
and great.
recall. Nice texture.
But I gauged the product by my clients. I didn't even gauge it by myself.
Sure.
Because I used it, I liked it, it worked. But I needed my clients, to know. So I
Absolutely.
started off purchasing the product from you, and then I would give it to my clients.
I recall.
I would give it to them.
You're the reason why I came up with trial samples.
Wow.
Because I remember you were just giving a product away, and it was such a great idea because you were purchasing quite a bit at
Yeah.
wholesale. And I'm like, wow, this is a good method. This is a great business concept.
Yeah, I would tell you, y'all, she had the cutest packaging, for that product. What I really liked is that when I gave it to my clients, the full,
Yes,
the
whole set.
the
Yes.
whole thing, they used it and they swore by it.
Yes.
They would not only, okay, so I worked, whenever. I didn't have a set schedule for my clients,
Right.
but they would call me morning, noon,
You told me.
and night. And I gave them instructions. The same instructions that you gave me are the same instructions that I gave my clients. And my clients followed the instructions.
And it will work as long as you
They
follow the
used,
instructions.
they used it
Use the
sparingly.
whole set. Mhm.
They used it all together. They stopped mixing, products. If
Product,
they were
yes,
using something,
yes.
because we really wanted to make sure that it worked. And they attested to it. And I would tell you, that was so much fun.
So I definitely believe that it is time to bring Hair Zeal back. I've had several clients that will not let me stop selling it. And I went through a change of life with, divorce and, just, going through growth. And sometimes growth is a setback.
Wow. So divorce,
Yes.
devastating.
Devastating.
Okay.
So you remember, yes.
I will tell you, you two were dynamic.
I thought so.
Yep. Dynamic. And he also sold that product
Oh.
like it was.
He's actually still selling it. He has some clients on the east side, African hair braiding shops, still have Hair Zeal. Most of the African hair braiding shops in Detroit still carry it.
Oh, I would tell you, it is. It's so funny, like when you find a product that you absolutely love. So when I could not get that product from you guys because of how the things are made
Right.
and all of that stuff, and I understood, but I went looking for that product in different beauty supplies. So I found a lady, she was on either 6 Mile or 7 Mile at that time. I found her and I would go in and I would buy up her product. For me, it wasn't necessarily about making the money off of it. It was something that I knew that my clients really believed in. They needed it. They wanted it, so I
Absolutely.
wanted to make them happy.
Jeez, you're rekindling that fire inside of me right now.
I tell
I'm like,
you,
oh, I need to do this
You
again.
know what? When you find a product, that's great. But when you find a person who really exemplifies that product, that product did great for people. But because of the spirit that you have and because of who you
Absolutely.
are,
Thank
that
you.
product is going to absolutely do well.
And it's funny because I intentionally prayed over every single
You can
bottle,
tell.
the batch, buy in batch from the chemist, and we would pray over the batch, because it was meant to bring out beauty, natural beauty. And it was during a time, because we're talking, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
It was started about 10 years ago. Now there's a lot of people who are in the industry with natural hair care for 4C hair like myself. But back then it was just a transition where there wasn't much to actually help a 4C texture hair, and that's that really tight curl that even water can't penetrate.
Yeah.
So Hair Zeal really made a difference in a lot of people's lives because natural beauty is inner beauty. You have to start with beauty within, and the way you feel about yourself
Yeah.
really determines how you're going to carry yourself, how you're going to interact with others, how you feel about your sister. Because if you don't really feel good about yourself, you're really not going to feel good about
can't.
your sister. You can't
You
celebrate
can't.
somebody who's actually looking good and feeling
Yeah.
good, and you're not. So Hair Zeal was actually to bring zeal into your life.
I will tell you, it really did do that because I was so excited.
You were.
I
You
was so
you so
excited.
motivated me, and you moved that product to a whole nother level. You really did. You took it where I had the vision,
Yeah.
but you had the execution.
I could move.
We were a
I
great
could
team,
move
you and
that,
I.
that product
You
in my
did.
sleep.
You
I
did.
tell you, and I
And
would tell people,
you did.
like, you gotta try it, and then I would literally walk away. It wasn't like I had to sell it because the product sells itself.
It does.
So
And it's the old-fashioned formula. A lot of I noticed because I've been going around looking to see, who's doing what I'm doing, what I was doing, and there's some good stuff out there. I'm not gonna no
Yeah.
shade or any
Yeah.
product, but they still don't have these particular ingredients that every cell in our body is made out of.
wow.
And therefore, in the way Hair Zeal work was originally, remember, it actually shedded the top dead layer of cells off the scalp. So a lot of people who had alopecia, they had traction alopecia.
Let me
And it
tell
was
you.
because of damage to the scalp, the braids, doing
Yep,
so much to
yep.
the hair. So it actually shed that top cells of layer, that dead cell, which allowed
Yeah.
then for the you're the
I would
you're
tell
the
you the
beautician,
science behind it. When you have someone that knows that portion of it, like I don't even dabble in that stuff, but I will tell you that when I used it on my clients, you know what? When my clients used it, I had clients that would tell me that they were getting shots in their scalp for alopecia. And they would come to me just so that I can massage their scalp, stimulate it, use shampoo and all of that stuff. When I had got a hold of that Hair Zeal, I said, hey, let's try it. When they took that stuff home, they used it like they were supposed to. I had multiple clients to tell me that when they went to their doctor, the doctor said, I don't know what you're doing, but keep doing that. And you don't have to have your shots in your head anymore.
Very true.
I could not believe it. And that, I think, even the word of mouth from those clients, it just kept bringing more clients to me.
Absolutely.
And bringing more exposure to Hair Zeal.
Absolutely. So the website is no longer up
Okay.
because I know we're doing all this talk, and then your
I
audience
know
is probably
people
like,
is probably like, why
"Where
she
is
ain't
Hair
bring
Zeal?"
up some.
Especially being that, and actually I have some in the car. I kind of don't go anywhere without it because I've had some clients who refuse
Yeah.
to let me stop. I kind of backed up from it. Just to regroup and come back out differently. However, I have this one young lady who really, her name is Tanya, and I'm going to give a shout out to Tanya, because Tanya says that's not fair. It's not fair that you have something that can help people and you're just sitting on it.
Truth.
Get over whatever
That
you
is
went
true.
through. It's time to bring it back out.
Oh, come on. Did she say get over it?
Get over it. She told me
'Cause
get
she-
over it.
You know what? But how honest is that?
I was very honest, and I
very
received it in
brutally
love.
honest.
Brutally honest. I
Yeah.
received it in love. Tanya has long hair, but she doesn't have her edges.
Okay.
And so, and the thing about Hair Zeal, and she used it some years ago, and it worked well for her.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not able, it's just like food to your body. You have to keep eating.
Yeah.
And once you stop eating, you're actually, starving. So her hair cells, her scalp, the hair itself has been starving. And so she's really upset with me that, I've been putting her on this starvation. So yes, Hair Zeal will be back out. It's still on Facebook though. The pages
Oh,
are
okay.
still up
So
on
people
Facebook.
can still get on
Mhm.
Facebook. Okay. So tell them really quick how
Okay.
they can find you on Facebook or find that product on Facebook.
Okay, so the product is Hair Zeal, and it is natural hair care, Hair Zeal, I believe, Hair Zeal natural hair care.
And
so-
Hair Zeal is HAIR, and the next word is Zeal, ZEAL.
Yes, just
Hair
like in the
Zeal.
Bible, Zeal, yes. So, and of course, my name is Angelique, And even on the back of the product, it had my telephone number, which it still does, which is 313-354-5044.
That's amazing. Sometimes when products are not available, everything just crashes, but still the same telephone number.
The same telephone number. I refuse to just be totally neglectful. I'm not just totally neglectful, but it is a system. You have your Hair Zeal shampoo. Yeah, natural
Nothing
shampoo,
like it.
free of sodium lauryl sulfites, which is a very harsh detergent that really actually adds to the damaging of the scalp. And if you look in your products right now, more than likely you're going to see some SLSs, which is sodium lauryl sulfites. And then it was also free of parabens, which is a preservative. It's not really necessary, but I've noticed it's in mostly everything. So that's what made the shampoo so wonderful, was that it didn't have all the extra toxins, basically.
Yeah, and that's what we're looking for today. Even back then, people started getting more educated about the things that we put in our bodies and even on our bodies.
Absolutely, because the skin is still a big organ,
Yeah.
So the shampoo was also, it was 3-in-1.
Yep.
Because it smells so good. It was aromatherapy. I have to talk about the aroma. It was so awesome, the aroma. But it was also used as a body wash. So it was a shower gel body wash, and it was gentle enough to use on children. So that's what made it so wonderful, because you could use it for everything. It was just a one-stop shop for that shampoo.
Yeah, and that sold me also too, because a lot of times people aren't aware of hair care for their children. Always using those harsh products as if their hair had already been settled and like an adult.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
so that sold me a lot too.
Absolutely.
with that product. It was good enough for your child.
Your child, absolutely. And it was good enough for your skin, absolutely. And then we had the conditioner, the Hair Zeal conditioner, which is also a 2-in-1. It had
I used to buy the product in these large jugs.
You did.
Could not keep it in stock. I would be calling and you're like, you're done already?
Right. You need more? She would get so upset with me, like, come on, get it together. She had a whip under my, get it together. I need more. I'm like, okay. We used to meet in the most inopportune, awkward places. Like, just meet me on the corner.
Yeah. Come up to the mall. Meet me at the mall.
We had some real transaction deals going down. We probably looked like
I think it was at a gas station or a store or something.
And then one at a tire shop.
Because you were getting your car fixed. I tell you, whenever you have a product that really does well, you do not have time to be out.
Messing around. No,
you don't have time for it.
Got to get this together. But in the conditioner, do you remember it actually was also for your skin?
Yeah, let me tell you, everything you taught me, I would teach
You did,
the
because you actually end up holding a workshop.
Yep.
I think for me, you taught some of the other distributors.
Yep, I sure did. And you know what? When people saw the product, but the excitement, the results, then they were like, oh, I need this in my shop.
Like, where have you been? What's going on? Yeah, it was truly, and I still use it. I did at one point, because it's, that's a whole nother discussion, because obviously traumatized and going through a divorce and change of life. I'll be 55 in 2 days. And
yeah, and but I hate to hear that too, because you guys were really a team.
Well, we still are.
We
still are. We have our son Zion, who's now 15, and so we are.
Wow, Zion is 15.
Zion is 15.
Wow.
Yes, yeah.
He was a little boy.
He was a little one. Yeah. So yeah, we are definitely parent partners. Which is very important, especially in our community. Even if you can't make it as a union inside the household, when you have a child, it's very important, and we both believed intelligently it was very important for us to still have a great working relationship, parenthood, so that we could still parent our child in unison. And so I give him the utmost respect. He gives me the utmost respect, and we are raising in a phenomenal young man.
That's amazing. And that's going to make a huge difference in his life, watching his parents be successful, in business and in family, even though things, go a separate way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, and then we have the Hair Zeal hair care package, including the hair oil, because it's actually an oil. It really wasn't a grease. It actually kind of is like a coconut oil, how it would be solid as long as it's cold, but as soon as the heat hits it, or if it stay in a warm place, it would turn to liquid. I don't know if you had that experience where it would spill out. And
no.
Oh, good.
Nope, never lasted,
never lasted long enough
to spill out. But I will say that I do remember the smell, the shampoo, the conditioner. Oh my goodness, that was amazing. But that Hair Zeal had a unique smell.
Very unique.
It kind of reminded me of Sulfur 8.
Yes.
A little bit, because everybody who ever used Sulfur 8 knew that it was very strong, very intense. But Hair Zeal had a unique little twist.
Well, you're right on it, because it did have sulfur in it, and that's what Sulfur 8 has. Sulfur 8 is a brand.
Okay.
Like Hair Zeal is a brand, but Sulfur 8 had sulfur in it, and so does Hair Zeal. And the thing about sulfur is that every cell in your body has sulfur.
Wow.
It needs sulfur. It's food. It's a food for your cells, which is why Sulfur 8 always worked so well.
Yeah, that's that old school.
That old school.
And if you grew up on that, I think, our hair really did
respond to it.
Yep.
Especially, those of us who are melanated. We definitely need sulfur. So, and a lot of people get confused with the sulfur because, there's this thing where there's like, what do you call it? Almost like a GMO type sulfur now, where it was, sulfur is not good for your body. And I would tell them, well, you just go do your research and learn what real sulfur is, with, the sulfur that comes from the ground. Yeah. And of course, it has to be redefined and refined and, cleansed, which is what made Hair Zeal so well, because it wasn't just like sulfur straight out the ground, Yeah. And that's what made Sulfur 8 so well, because they did the same thing.
Yeah, I love that you know so much about the ingredients that was put into your product.
Oh, it's important. I'm a natural kind of woman. I was raised very holistically. My father's was a naturopathic doctor. Baba Shimbo Mari, who was also with Dr. Matthews, and they were actually the first with Mother Bracy to bring colon hydrotherapy here into the whole Midwest, which I am a colon hydrotherapist, which is the cleansing, the irrigating of your gut, your intestines, your colon for optimum health. So I'm always concerned about what I put in my body and what I put on my body. So I'm naturally not going to send something or give something to someone that I'm not going to use.
Absolutely. And you are definitely that person. Well, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back. I'm going to ask you all to grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come back in just a few moments. Ooh. Ooh, ooh.
Have you ever wanted your own TV show? Have you dreamed of showcasing your talent for the world to see? Well, now you can. Have your own TV show. You can have your own 30-minute show. Not only will you be seen in the Detroit area, but you can be viewed worldwide. For more information, call 313-868-6612. Visit our studios and receive a free TV interview to promote your business, church, or organization by appointment only. Watkins Broadcasting is going worldwide. Now you can watch Detroit's own WHPR on your TV from anywhere in the world. No matter where you are, you can stay in the know with WHPR TV and Roku. You can get your easy-to-install Roku box from wherever you shop for your entertainment gear. Once your Roku box is connected to your TV and internet, go to the channel store on the home menu of the Roku box. Enter WHPR TV in the search engine and add it to your channels. That's it. That's all you need to get the best in entertainment, news, and talk, no matter where you are. Roku brings all of your favorites to your TV. Netflix, Hulu Plus, Crackle, HBO Go, and now WHPR TV, Detroit Live.
Hey, I'm the new girl at WHPR, Kimberly Clemens, the host of Chats and Chuckles. Tune in on Tuesdays, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Chats and Chuckles. I am here to bring life to the chatter that matters.
Justice for Mario Willis. Truth. Facts. Evidence. Matters. Log into justiceformariowillis.com. Read for yourself.
I'm Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri. If you're behind on your property taxes, we have programs to help. You don't have to lose your house, and you don't have to pay all at once. This summer, our mobile unit will be visiting Wayne County communities to help make it easier to start a payment plan and keep your property. Go online or call to find the plan that's right for you and where you can get help from our mobile unit. The last thing I want is for anyone to lose their property to foreclosure. Make your payments every month and keep your property.
313watkins.com. Streaming on Roku.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for coming back. We have been talking with our good sis here, Angelique Mills, with her Hair Zeal products. This brings back old time memories. I used to keep so many of these on the shelf, and they would fly off the shelf quickly. So tell everybody. So this is the hair oil, right?
Yes, so this is the hair oil. This is the double strength, and this is the large size. It came in two other sizes. We had the trial size, which was 2 ounces, and then we had the 4 ounce. So the large size was $20. The trial size, I think we were doing that for $7, and then the 4 ounces was $10.
Yep,
so.
And everybody would be so upset when they purchased that small size. They ended up saying, you know what, forget that. Let me go ahead and get the
large
large size.
And it is a dark brown. This is my personal, so it's kind of used, but just so you can see, it is a dark brown. Mm-hmm. And then we have the shampoo. The shampoo is 3-in-1. Do not have the conditioner right now, but this is the 3-in-1 with the aroma for children and shower and bath.
So this is just to let you see, you know, what the brand looks like. This is something that I think the packaging is amazing because it has the Afrocentric woman on here. She also has all of the ingredients, all of that on the back. And when I tell you the product absolutely works, I'm not just saying that. I had clients to tell me that I saw it for myself. So Hair Zeal is something that you definitely want to try. Go on her Facebook page, Hair Zeal, and check it out. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. It worked for me and many of my clients. So nothing I can say bad about Hair Zeal.
And the last thing I want to say is that it was dubbed hair crack.
Hair crack,
They started
yeah.
calling it hair zeal, the hair crack. So this was
Yeah.
the original hair crack, hair zeal. And yes, 313-354-5044.
Yes, give her a call. And I want to say to that lady that told you, literally, how dare you
How dare me.
have something that everybody needs and you sit on it.
Yeah.
So it's good to hear that you're starting that business back. It's good to hear that you guys are still working together.
Yes.
Doing that. But let's kind of turn the corner a little, just a little bit, because I also, when I tell you, you are amazing. I also, at one time, I was in the business for myself of losing weight. And when I say a business, I spent so much money on gym memberships and fad diets and pills and all of this stuff. And I was sharing with you one time, and you told me, and this is after, or not after, but it was during, the reign of the hair zeal. I was so focused on, my clients and making sure that they were good. And I was sharing with you like, oh yeah, I need to lose weight. And I was, telling you all this stuff that I was getting ready to do. And you said, come see me. And I was like, come see you. Shoot, we can talk right here on the phone. Come
Detroit
see
Holistic
you.
Center.
Yep. And you told me about Detroit Holistic Center. And you were
Yes.
there
Yes.
serving clients who
Yes.
wanted to be healthy.
Yes, yes. The interesting history about Detroit Holistic Center with Dr. Jesse Brown, naturopathic doctor who brought colon hydrotherapy. Actually, he opened up Detroit Holistic Center, I believe, in 1987. So it was the first of its kind in not pretty much, I know the whole Midwest, but I do believe pretty much throughout the U.S. He was definitely on the forefront of it. And it was my Baba, Shimba Omari, who actually taught Dr. Jesse Brown colon hydrotherapy.
Wow.
So I grew up in a home with naturopathic healers. I didn't know the jewels I had. So years later, in my late 30s, Dr. Jesse Brown taught me colon hydrotherapy and then certified me as a colon hydrotherapist. So colon hydrotherapy is a gentle way of cleansing and irrigating the colon. It is through the rectum, but it is a very small spectrum that goes through the rectum, and a lot of people get scared about that. However, I will say this, it is an ancient Egyptian health modality that was done that prolonged lives for thousands of years.
Wow.
And what it does is it literally sends distilled, cleansed water through the colon, through the large colon, irrigates it, and pulls the not only toxins, because you can get toxins out of your body just by maybe drinking some tea, but the parasites. Parasites, you got different types of parasites. And if you've ever eaten meat and if you've ever eaten pork, those things only multiply in your blood system. That you can't get rid of them unless you irrigate them out, because they literally attach themselves to the wall of your
Wow.
colon.
I'm over here squirming.
It's really
the
real.
way you explain that, it makes me think, what's going on the inside of our bodies.
Oh.
And I remember during that time, I just wanted to lose weight. And you said, come see me. And I came.
Right.
And the way you explain it now, even though that it was so long ago, I don't remember any pain. I don't remember
Absolutely
any
not.
discomfort.
Absolutely not.
I don't remember anything bad happening. I just
Yes.
remember
It's gentle, very gentle.
I had some pounds that had left that scale when I got on that scale. I remember telling
Yeah.
people to go to
Yes.
see you at the Holistic Center, which
Yes.
is the place that I would pass up all the time. It was on
Yes.
Grand River.
Yes, absolutely. Because when you start this diet thing, or we're just going to, for the sake of words, the diet,
Right.
but it's, you really want to give yourself a fair chance. You want to start with a clean slate.
Right.
So you can change the way you eat. You can change, and it could help you, absolutely. However, it still has your body still has parasites in your colon. It's only natural. We breathe toxins that can create parasites inside of our bodies. It's just a natural way of life. So you want to at all times not only be cognizant of you need to get rid of these parasites, but you need to have a regimen in place that at least at a minimum, you should be getting a colon cleanse at a minimum of once a month. And that is your bare minimum.
Once a month?
Oh, yeah.
So let me ask you this. All of this
After a certain age,
information.
let me be clear with that.
Okay, so at
After
what
a
age?
certain age. So women over 40 should have a colonic at least once a month. And if you are in your 50s, because you got to think, you got 50 years of things you've been eating. And if you're not having a bowel movement after every single meal, people go, oh, I have good bowel movements. And I do too. I have good bowel movements. But when I cleanse, oh my God, the smell alone lets you know that you have
something's not right.
Something's not right.
And believe it or not, some people are still embarrassed to talk about bowel movements or, their health. And it's declining because they're ashamed.
Absolutely. If you have pain, if you have arthritis, if you have an autoimmune system, all illnesses, 95% of illnesses start in the gut. The other 5% is mental.
You saying something?
Oh, it's real. It's real.
The
science is now backing it. So now you have Harvard, you have John Hopkins, and the Mayo Clinic now have not only shown the connection of all illnesses starting in the gut, because you got to think the gut is what feeds your liver, your kidneys, everything, your brain. Now they're also showing the connection, ready for this, which we already know, your gut health and your mental health. And
gut
right
health,
now,
mental health, spiritual health,
all of it's
all
connected.
Of it is connected.
It's all connected. You got a gut brain.
You're saying something. I was just in class. I take School of the Holy Spirit with Bishop Coletta Vaughn.
Oh.
Just yesterday, she was teaching us
Oh,
about gut
that's
health.
my bishop.
Yeah, gut health.
She's everybody's bishop.
Right. My first bishop, I tell you. But just knowing that, especially when you're a person that good health, or you're going to the doctor regularly and your doctor is giving you what they know. When you learn all of that extra stuff,
Yes.
it's like, wait a minute. Now,
All
you
of
said
this-
after 40 and 50.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I'm just gearing this conversation to women, but men as well. Especially even with hair zeal, bald, men who go bald early generally is connected to the prostate, and the prostate is connected to your gut.
Wow.
So all
That
of
is
it,
huge.
yeah, all of it is connected to the gut brain, your gut health. If you have not had a colonic and you are an adult, then you pretty much is headed to a place where, because it's not like the old days, you're headed to a place of illness. It's just almost inevitable.
Yes, inevitable.
And,
So let me ask you this. Okay, so the holistic center is closed.
Yes, we did not open back up after
COVID. Okay.
However, the Detroit Detox Center is slated to open, so prayerfully it will be open in 2026.
So are you still doing those anywhere?
Colonics?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I'm not currently, although I have, I do send people to 3 locations.
Okay.
And unfortunately, if you are someone who, like myself, very connected spiritually to those who are spiritual and really don't want just anybody, especially in such a private area of your body.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure that you can relate in some form ethnically. There aren't any African Americans right now in the city of Detroit.
None?
Well, I hear there's a lady on the east side. She's been there for many, many, many years, but she doesn't advertise. She's only open a couple of hours of the day, and I try to send people to her, but they're very unsuccessful.
Okay,
She's
so
had a lot of tragedy in her life, so she doesn't really open. So technically, no, we really don't have any African Americans in the city of Detroit, and now they're opening up all in the suburbs, and they're all Caucasians or Asians.
So you will
Detroit
meet
Detox
that
Center.
need.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Prayerfully.
Okay, that's really good to know. I just thought about how we're very protective of our hair. We don't want to go to anybody. They have to have a good vibe. You want to be
Absolutely.
spiritually connected. Some of us
Absolutely.
really took that, really serious. But then you have some
Absolutely.
people, they don't care where they go. Just
Right.
do what I need and, set me free.
Hey, energy is real. Come on.
Energy is
very
definitely-
real because energy is the Holy Spirit. Energy is
Absolutely.
God. You can't have one
Absolutely.
without the other.
So I know that with all of the information that you have and all of the things, I think about, so we met through Hairsville, got my colonic done. Then I went to your salon out. It was far out. Well, not far, but it was far enough where I came and I had a foot bath.
Oh, yes. I, at that time.
Girl, I've been following you along.
Wow, you really have. I totally forgot about Halo House of Health. Yes, Halo House of Health actually opened October of 2019. And just before COVID. So, yeah, Halo House of Health was actually supposed to be where the colon hydrotherapy was going to be.
Oh, okay.
But we didn't get to that point because
COVID.
COVID hit.
Yeah,
and
COVID
we had to close
interrupted
down.
a lot. And,
A lot.
I remember praying, when I opened my salons that were all in the senior buildings.
Yeah.
I prayed that at 50 years old, I did not want to be standing behind the chair. And I said, I was telling my clients, when I got 48, I was telling them, all right, y'all, 50 coming. And, I won't be doing hair. Oh, you're going to do my hair. Oh, you can do mine, But when I turned 50 was the year COVID hit.
Oh.
And, the government shut down the salons. So I felt like, okay, I've been saying this. Now I don't have an excuse to stay 51 or 52, still standing behind the chair. Right. And I did. I took advantage of it and keeping that word with myself.
Absolutely.
And I didn't want those ailments in my hands and, standing on my feet or bending over. I didn't want those ailments after 50. I really did want to move on to do, other things. So, doing that out there, no longer out there?
Farmington Hills. No, I'm no longer in Farmington Hills.
Okay. Are you still
I had to
doing?
close that.
Are you still doing?
Yes.
Okay.
I am still doing health modalities.
I will tell ya, that was another experience where I was in disbelief.
Yes.
When I put my feet in that water.
Yes.
The color of that water when I was done.
Yes. Ionized energy. It literally detoxes. It pulls the toxins out of your body through your feet. And it is really an incredible experience. You actually can feel the difference. But to see the toxins in the water, because like for me, the last one I had heavy metals in my body. And, metals can come from even wearing jewelry, believe it or not. Metals.
Wow.
And we have to be very careful, like even relish, things that when we eat have aluminum, even using aluminum foil, wrapping it in our food. So I had a foot detox where the water turned black.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh my God, those are metals. That's
Well,
heavy
now
metals.
I don't
That's
feel
an
as bad
indicator.
because mine it looked brown, purple.
Yeah, it turns all colors. But when it gets to black, that's a very serious situation because it can begin to affect your liver and all your organs. So I literally had to detox and cleanse the metals out of my body. Yeah.
Wow.
So now, my water is not black.
Angelique,
anymore.
I hope you are really, gathering all of the things that you do and putting it
under,
in.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I am now located on Puritan, 2550 Puritan Avenue.
2550.
Puritan Avenue.
Okay.
So that's a a place where everything is under one roof. So, of course, I'm also a fashion stylist. I've been that for many years through Macy's. Somerset Macy's paid me nice, big money to put styles together, put fashions together, to actually
I thought that
create.
was amazing.
I love that
I
job.
thought that was
Oh,
amazing.
I loved it.
And fashion definitely is who you know, like you embody, fashion. And I love,
you.
and
Thank you.
before you were a shopper.
Yeah, personal shopper. That's what it's
Personal
called. Yeah, it's
shopper,
the My
yep.
Stylist personal shopper. And I shop for people, but I also put looks together. I created a style for folk, whom even corporate accounts, people who, engineers, I had a lot of engineers who, they made the money, but they didn't know how to put or dress their bodies, how to, everyone has a different shape of body. We have different shades of color. So what complements, sometimes the things that you think is your worst asset on your body is actually the one thing that you want to complement and just make more beautiful, because everything about you is beautiful. So you just want to show the beauty, accent the
Wow.
beauty. Don't cover it up, because like some folks might have a big forehead, or some folk, might have really big breasts, and it's just a way that you accent the body to complement it, to make it
Okay,
come together.
So we need to hang out, because I definitely.
Oh, you have no problems.
I would definitely.
You are a beautiful woman. You have no
Thank
problems.
you. I appreciate that. So are you. But we need to hang out, because
You
there are
win
certain things.
with beauty within. I'm also, remember, the etiquette coach.
Yes.
Yeah, and so the etiquette, Michigan
Y'all,
Etiquette
it's good
Institute.
to have friends that do all kind of things, meaningful things,
Meaningful,
right?
because it's all about beauty within.
Yeah.
You win with beauty within. And once you find that true sense of identity, then that's when you're able to take it to a level where you can explore all of you. So now that you're beautiful within, now it's time to be beautiful without, the
Yeah.
outer. But a lot of people dress the outer first, and they get all these, fancy cars and clothes and degrees, and all that's wonderful, but that's not substance.
Yeah.
So substance is what makes you you. Who are you really? If we took all that away, who are you?
You're right.
And that's the part where you win with beauty within.
That's amazing. That is so amazing, and so much fun too.
It's
because
fun.
if you don't know who you are, you can search. You can,
Absolutely.
go through those little pathways
Absolutely.
and those little tunnels, to find out who
Absolutely.
you are.
Absolutely. And usually when you have like trauma and life's ups and downs,
Yeah.
those are generally indicators, because your true character comes out when you're in the midst
Yeah.
of the mess,
Yeah.
and your perspective of that mess. So if your perspective is bad, oh, this is horrible, why is this happening to me, then it's going to be horrible, and it's going to continue to happen to you, because
Yeah.
the universe, we know God. And
Yeah.
we know that God is no perspective of person. So if God is no perspective of person, then what constitutes you get something bad done to you, but nothing bad happens to you? It's all within your perspective on how you see what has happened to you. So you
Right.
have to count it all joy. And if you see it bad, it'll be bad. But if you change that perspective and say, hey, this has been something that has helped shape and mold me to become who I am, and I like me.
Absolutely. And you know that you need someone to walk with you
You need
to get to that place.
Absolutely.
It's hard to get to
Absolutely.
that place of count it all joy
Absolutely.
if you're not hearing things that could encourage you,
Absolutely.
or having a person that could not, judge you, or,
Very, very
just
important.
feel bad for you, but not actually help you.
Very true, which is why I always recommend people, like you said, we need to hang out. You and I both, you were encouraging to me, I'm encouraging to you. But coaches, life coaches, real positive people, spiritual people, not those who are so religious that, you can't see God because you're looking at them like they God, because they so judgmental. You be like, oh Lord, I gotta make sure it's my shirt right, and judge me. Not the holier than thou people, but the ones who are really real about their lives and about their trials, about their testimony, who can give you a real testimony, but not a testimony just to talk about what has happened, because that's in the past.
Right.
Past is depression.
Right.
You can't, if you live in the past or keep rekindling the past, you're going to be depressed because it's back, it's D. But and even if you think about the future, you can plan for the future, but you can't really worry about the future. If you think about the future, you're going to have anxiety. You just got to stay in the gift, and the gift is the present. So if the present moment, well, how can we feel good about ourselves right now? What is it about me that I can grow? I can grow on. I can use that past experience to be a better person. What can I do to move us as a people, as a whole, as a society forward? What is my contribution to life? What is my testimony that's going to help that younger girl?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And you got to be willing to tell it, but you can't tell it any kind of way.
Right.
You got to tell it constructively.
Constructively,
so
and you
that
got to
they
be
can
able to tell it.
get it.
A lot of times the things that we go through, we're really not ready to tell it because we don't have our emotions in check, or we
Absolutely.
don't have, the
Good
strength,
Good point.
Yeah,
Emotions in check is so important.
Oh, yeah.
Now, because I don't know if I told you what I do currently. So I am currently a behavioral health, mental health coach.
Okay.
I work for Common Grounds, a mental health facility. I've been doing mental health counseling now for 6 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I am through the state certified peer support specialist. And simply that just means that I have learned to tell my story in a healthy way so that I can help someone else who find themselves in the same place or in the shoes that I've already walked in.
Wow. That takes a lot of strength.
It does. It does.
A lot of strength.
It's very
So
rewarding.
because of what you went through, you found this path
Absolutely.
to help yourself first.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
Absolutely. And then help that next person, and then I had about 3 of my clients who are now peers themselves, who have
wow.
gone that extra step. We're all peers in some way.
True.
Okay? We're all peers, but do we actually go to the level or point where we're going to say, I'm going to tell my story? Because the first thing about becoming a certified peer is you have to be able to tell your story. You have to be able to share. A lot of people want to sweep under the rug. Oh, no, I've never had that type of life. Oh, no. Though I haven't had a substance addiction, I definitely have addictive personality. And you find a pattern. When you find a pattern in your life, and that pattern keeps you circling
Right.
like
In
you
a
said,
whirlwind.
in a whirlwind, then it's time to step back and say, well, wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah.
Let's reevaluate ourselves.
Wow, when I look at your life, you've always done meaningful things that not only help you grow, but they also help people who come in contact with you to grow. So now with this business that you have, are you like a one-woman show, or is there like a team of people?
I do have a team. I have
that's
an
good.
awesome and amazing team. However, it's my tribe. You're my tribe. It's
on,
my tribe. It's just the tribe, and we are a group of women who we help one another in whatever capacity we can. What's needed. Hey, come on my show. I'm there.
You know what? That's amazing that you would use the word tribe, because I am a part of different tribes.
Absolutely, you are.
And you have to be a part of a tribe of people who care about themselves. Then they can care about you.
Absolutely.
Broken people amongst
Hurt
broken people.
People hurt
Yeah.
people. If you are around anyone, and this is for the audience as well, if you notice they are speaking more negative about someone, get away, run fast.
Absolutely.
Because if they'll talk about that person, you will be the next.
Yeah, and you realize that you really cannot help everybody.
You really can't.
Because everybody is not ready to receive the help that they need.
Absolutely. Absolutely. However, like I did say run, but there are some cases where, you just have to stand your ground, and maybe they can, gleam a little bit from your stance as a woman. Womanhood, especially Black women, I think we are probably the most endangered species right now. on this earth. Honestly, I believe we are. You know, they say it's the black man, but I really believe it's the black woman. But we're now at an age in time where the woman is coming forth. So this is our time. And if we don't seize this moment to show our true power, you know, from the womb, you know, our true royalty, you know, from the womb,
Wow.
then we are going to miss the mark. And that is what sin is missing the mark.
Missing the mark. Yeah, so many great things are happening for women. We get to see
Yes.
women at the forefront, women being respected, women being, you know, offered a lot of different opportunities. Still a struggle, though. You know, we can see the struggle, right?
And shout out to our first woman mayor.
Yes.
Detroit, Mayor Sheffield. And
Yes.
shout out to a woman. Amen. Yeah. So
yes, the first, you
Yes,
know,
in Detroit.
long time coming, you know, to see a
Yes.
woman in such a position, you know, and I have never met her before,
Oh,
but
she's incredible. Her father, I knew her father. I don't know if it's her father, but Reverend Sheffield, you met him.
yeah,
haven't
oh
you?
yeah, yep,
Okay.
yep.
So, you know, it's just a line. It's just the bloodline, you know? Like,
Yeah.
they're
So-
just incredible people.
So to be a woman in this day and age, something to be very proud of, something to be
Absolutely.
very encouraged about.
Absolutely.
And then finding that encouragement from within, we can always uplift one another,
Absolutely.
encourage, support. Thank you for
Yes.
supporting.
It is truly my pleasure.
Oh, you are amazing. I
are you.
am so grateful to have spent this hour that has gone so fast,
Is it
right?
over? Oh, no. I'm not
I
ready.
want to say I really do appreciate you
Yes.
coming, stopping by here at Chats and Chuckles. We
I love it.
definitely
We
chatted.
and chuckled. Still
We have
chuckling.
a great time, you
Yes.
know, all the time. We have a
Yes.
great time supporting one another. So I appreciate you.
Thank
So,
you. Thank
ladies
you.
and gentlemen, I thank you so much for coming today, sharing with my friend Angelique Mills. And she does have that product you can check out on her Facebook page. We look forward to seeing you next Tuesday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. here at WHPR Chats and Chuckles. Thank you so much, and you all have a safe day.
Awesome.